Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking to you from my car. I'm mostly on the road today, so I'm going to be talking to you from my car. So ride with me and let's talk about mental health and certain ways you can, cope with it. Or I will use myself an example of how I cope with it. Because I'm driving, it might be a bit bumpy, so bear with me. But yes, let's talk about mental health awareness. Stay tuned. Right, okay, so mental health. When you think of mental health, what comes to mind? Because I know where I'm from, most times people hear mental health and they think people who's gone cuckoo or have gone mad or whatever the case might be. But believe it or not, one way or the other, we all go through it at some point in our life. We all have mental issues at some point in our life. So far as you get stressed, so far as you get worn out, fatigue, you name it, there are things that can cause it. But mostly we don't think about it that much, or most people brush it off, so we don't really deal with it. So I'm here to talk to you about how, how to see these signs and deal with it. There was a point in my life where, I thought I was very much not afraid of anything, if you know what I mean. When you're not fearful, there are some people who are actually fearful of everything. They jump at every little thing. I wasn't like that until I had an incident, and then suddenly I became a very fearful person, and I realized that I was getting anxiety. I started having panic attacks and all that. And then I had to start thinking about my mental health and how I could cope with it. This is why I'm here today, to talk to you guys about that. One of the things that does it for me is music. And as you can hear from the background, whenever I'm in my car, this is my worship sanctuary. In here, sometimes, believe it or not, I don't know how I drive to my destination, because I'm driving and I'm worshiping and I can see myself in a different place of worship. I'm so engrossed in it, I'm so consumed in it that it's almost like I lose myself. But thank God for grace. I'm able to drive to my destination and back. So music for me, and especially worship, always does it for me. Whenever I feel like I'm stressed out, wherever I am listening to music, but because obviously most of the time I'm on the road, in my car here, it always does it for me. I just put in the song and then I'm just worshiping away, and before I know, all those thoughts of anxiety or fear, whatever, disappears. Before I go on, let me just say this. I said it before, most people tend to ignore the signs when it's coming on, but being stressed can bring it on. You're stressed about whatever it may be. Sometimes you're even going to bed and you're stressed. You wake up and you're stressed about the day, and it's not good. So when you find yourself that you're not able to cope or do things you would otherwise do, that's a sign that, listen, I need to take a time off and relax. I need to take almost like a break. And so at that point, I would advise that whatever it is that that you do best or that brings you joy, go ahead and do it. Some people like to go window shopping, which is one of the things I like doing as well. Not necessarily going to buy anything, just going to walk around the shops, feast my eye on things, and I'm good. So if that helps, go ahead and do it. Some people like to read. If you can read, go ahead and do it. Some people like to listen to music, and if you're like me, who like to listen to music, go ahead and do it. Whatever. Some people like to cook. Some people do comfort eating. At that moment, it's allowed, but obviously be careful of how much you're eating. So whatever it is, basically just do it. Take a time off. And especially with us women, I will talk to us women now. I mean, this message is generally for everyone, men as well as even children and all. But for us women, most times we want to be superheroes, super moms, super wives, super whatever. You want to do it all. But it gets to a point where you will break down. You understand? So you need to take time off to take care of yourself. If you just want to go and get your hair done, go get your hair done. If you want to get your nails done, go get your nails done. If you want to have a pamper session, book yourself in. Go and have a pamper session. Treat yourself to something. You can't bear it all. You understand? You can't bear it all. You have to take a break at a point. So please, and to the men, there are so many men out there also going through, problems, anxiety and stuff, and they keep to themselves. Men normally just keep to themselves and keep stuff to themselves. I don't believe in that. I believe you can talk out. Fair enough, women are more louder, men are more reserved. But still, talk to someone, open up to someone about whatever you may be feeling. You understand? And talk about it. Come out and talk about it. Do something. For you men, if you want to work on your cars, go work on your cars. If you want to work on your bike, go work on your bike. If you want to go out for a walk, go for a walk. Do something that will keep your mind going. You see? So these are some of the things that I want to bring your attention to today. That don't think you're exempted from getting to that point where you break down. You understand? And you don't want to get to that point where you break down. So do something about it. Now, if you're a Christian, come on now. I don't need to say much. You know the Word of God is your go-to. The Word of God is your go-to any day, honey. Just go to it. Pray. As I said before, worship. A Christian, that is your weapon. If you're not a Christian too, trust me, try it out. Read the Word of God, pray to God, and you will get your answers. The Bible has all the answers you need. And most times, believe me, I will get up and then I'll open my Bible, and lo and behold, there's a word just right for me for the day. So I cannot tell you enough. If you're Christian and you're watching this, the Word of God is your go-to any day, any time. Just give it a go. Okay? The other thing I wanted to talk about, I know some people are introverts. They like to keep to themselves. They like to do their own thing, which is fine. But also it is important and crucial to meet up with others. Even if it's not friends, get your family together and do something. Just have a family fun game. Have a lunch day, something, but don't keep to yourself. Keeping to yourself only adds to anxiety. It only adds to your stress. It only adds to your fear. So, introvert watching me, believe me if I tell you, don't keep to yourself. As I said before, if you're a Christian, get to that church. There's a reason why there's a gathering of the saints. When you are there together, it's a different atmosphere. It's different altogether. I cannot explain to you, but there is something about the gathering of saints that when you come together, there is a different dimension of God's presence that you receive. You understand? There's a different dimension of God's presence that you see when you are in the presence, when you are in the midst of other believers worshiping together. So don't keep to yourself. The introverts out there, even sometimes as extroverts, we feel like, today I don't feel like, doing anything. I feel like just being by myself. It's not good. It's not good. It adds on to that, anxiety, and it adds on to that stress. So get out there and do something. Even if it's one person you can meet up with, meet up and pray, meet up and have lunch, meet up and do something, but don't keep to yourself. The next thing I want to talk about is mindfulness. Being mindful. Now, there are two parts to this. The first part is you yourself being mindful of the things you watch, the things you hear, and the things you say. These three things you have to be very mindful of. Now, why do I say that? Believe it or not, the things we hear, the things we say, and the things we see affect us. It affects us so much. In a previous video, I think I was doing a Q&A, and one of the questions was about when was the last time I watched a horror movie? That was 14 years ago. I was pregnant with my first child. And I went to see a movie with my husband. It was a horror movie, Shaun of the Dead. I walked out the first 15 minutes. My spirit could not just take it. And I believe the baby inside of me was the reason. My spirit just could not take it. I had to walk out. And ever since, I had never, ever sat down to watch a horror movie. Even if it's like mildly in the movie, still my spirit picks it up and it's like, nah. And do you ask yourself why most times you go to bed and you're so, within you, it's like you're half asleep and you're half somewhere, or you just cannot sleep because it's like you can't even pinpoint what is on your mind. It's because of something you probably heard, something you watched, or something you said. So we have to be very mindful about such things. Very, very mindful, especially before going to bed. Just pay attention whatever you're watching before you go to bed. If you find yourself very anxious, mostly when you're sleeping, ask yourself, what was I listening to? What was I watching? Or what did I say? What was I talking about? It might sound like, oh, these are normal everyday things, but no, it does affect us. So be mindful of that. The things you're listening to, the things you're watching, and the things you're saying. It might not be necessarily saying it to yourself or saying about somebody, but it does have an effect on us, and especially when we go to bed. So keep an eye on that. The second mindfulness I want to bring is being mindful of the people around you, because many times we are very going on about business, and this society, honestly, this generation we're in now is almost like a very narcissist generation. People don't care about each other. People are not worried about what the next person is thinking, and it's sad, but we have to be mindful of the next person, be it at work, be it at home, or even amongst your friends, be mindful. Just have a look. Who haven't you heard in a while that normally would be all up there calling or arranging for things to happen, but suddenly you can't hear from them? Check up on them. You understand? Check up on them. There might be somebody you haven't heard from in a very long time. Check up on them. Sometimes you get within your spirit that call this person or send a message to that person. Go ahead and do it, because you never know what it will do for them. Maybe at that point they are down within themselves, so that message will lift them up, or that call will lift them up. So let's be mindful of that as well. Just look around you. Who haven't you heard from in a long time, or even the person you're living with? How is their mood like? I've read something this morning which was talking about even with our children, we need to be mindful of how a sudden switch in their attitude or their behaviors, and then try and figure out what is going on in their lives. Because many a times children, they go through a lot as well, but especially when they get to that teenage where it's all about them and the friends, and especially with the girls as well, I think with the boys as well, when they are competing with each other. Oh, I've got this Nike, or I've got this good shoe or something going on, or I've done my hair in a certain way. There was a point where my daughter, my first daughter, used to come home and, because that person has done this hairstyle, I want the same. And I'm like, do you really want the same? I'll ask her, do you really want the same, or is it because your friend has it? I don't mind you having the same, but ask yourself, why do you really want it? Because that is some of the things that actually lead to them doing things that is not right, because if they can't have what the other person has, they might end up stealing. You understand? So let's be mindful about all these things, from our spouses to our friends to our family, our children, ourselves. Let's be mindful. So guys, I'm just going to end it here. I'm nearly at my destination, so I'm just going to end it here. Hope this has been helpful. I just hope this has been helpful. Just comment, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it out to someone else. Let's help each other. If you haven't heard from me, call me. Yep, I'm waiting for your call. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me on this ride. Hope this short video has been beneficial to you. I pray that you do something about your life. You take that break. You do something for yourself. If it's that job you've always wanted, go ahead and apply for it. You never know. You wouldn't know until you do, right? So yeah, if it's that business you want to start, go ahead and start it. Seek advice, talk to people, talk to someone. Call me if you want to. I'm always available to talk. So yeah, guys, have a blessed day. And remember, you can do all things through Christ who gives you the strength. I've always said that, and I'll keep saying that. You can do anything at all. You put your mind to it. Through Christ who gives you the strength. So, you guys take care, and I'll come back again with another video later. God bless. Bye.